Hi, welcome to HOA Fight Club. I'm Raylene Schifano. I hope you'll like and subscribe to my videos. Today I'd like to talk about what you should look for if you have no other choice but to buy into an HOA or a condo association. The first thing you should look for is the county website. If you go onto your county website, you'll be able to see how many liens and foreclosures that association has. My association, when I pulled it up, there was every unit almost had a lien or a foreclosure put on it. And some of them were for like $600. Well, to be a lien put on your home, you have to be, in our state, Washington, 6 months past due on your assessments. Well, at the time of my purchase, my assessments were $385. So how could there be a lien put on that home if it wasn't 6 months past due on assessments? So I found this to be really troubling in the first place. And if I would have looked at that website prior to purchase, I would have not bought there. But again, I was a new condo owner and had no idea of what I was buying into. The next thing you want to do is check the laws of your state. So I didn't know that there was even laws for condominium owners. So if I would have looked at that, I would have known what to look for in the resale cert when it was given to me. Of course, I was given a resale cert, but I had no idea what to look for. So I didn't know when they gave me a fraudulent resale cert that it was even fraudulent. So I didn't find that out till years later after I'd purchased what to look for. So make sure you know what should be required in your state for a resale cert. It will really help you look. Know that resale cert is like a Bible. It tells you everything about that property. And if it doesn't tell you everything about that property, then there's an issue with the resale cert. Look at the dates on the resale cert. So in my resale cert, I had purchased in 2014, but they had given me budgets and reserve studies for 2012. So when they were showing me all these things, I was thinking, oh wow, this community has all this money in savings and they are doing really good in their reserves. And actually they hadn't, because they had put new roofs on the property and all that money was actually gone. So there was no money in the reserves and they hadn't been putting any money in. It was all just put on spreadsheets. So make sure that you ask for actual bank statements. Most resale certs will give you spreadsheets created by the property management company. Well, if you're going to buy into a condo association or an HOA, I think that I would ask for the actual bank statements for the last 6 months prior to your purchase, just so you know that that money is actually there. And if they refuse to let you see those statements, I wouldn't buy there. It'll only take them, to print it off or to show you. And homeowners have the right to see those bank statements. Most homeowners never see those bank statements. I've never seen the bank statements, which tells me that they weren't doing anything ethically. You should be able to log on to a read-only file on every bank and be able to see what amounts are in the association's bank accounts so that you know that that money's there. How do you know the money's there if you just see it on a spreadsheet? So make sure that you see that from your association, even if you're already in the association and prior to purchase. Then let's look on for the next thing. Ask for more than one reserve study so that you can compare them. I would ask for a few years. You can even go to the reserve study place that did the reserve study for you. Our reserve study, the company that's been doing it, Association Reserves, has done it for years and years. So when I started looking at the reserve studies, I found that when I purchased our home, the gutters had 0 life left. Then 3 or 4 years later, our gutters gained 11 years in their life, and they had not had anything done to them. They were failing, and that was what was causing part of our water intrusion issues. Yet the Association Reserve Company said that they gained years in life expectancy. So that to me is a fraudulent resale cert by that Association Reserves, and they should be turned into an ethics thing. But of course, there's no governance or accountability in HOA and condo associations. We already know that. So who do you turn them into? So look for that when you do it. Ask for more than one reserve study, because they kind of help the condo association commit that fraud so that that association looks good on paper. So then let's go down to the next one, which is going to a board meeting. Not just one board meeting. I would try to go to as many as I could prior to purchase. You'll get to see how the board reacts. When I went to board meetings, I would hear the board president go, deny, 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 yelling and screaming, and how they really truly act when nobody's looking. Because I was there, they didn't care how they acted. I knew how they acted. So they would act the way they act in front of me. But they didn't do that when other homeowners showed up. So you want to make sure that you go to the board meetings prior to purchase and tell them you're ready to buy and that you want to serve on that board. Because if you're going to buy into a condo or an HOA association, you better be willing to serve on that board, because it's really important for you to serve. And if you're going to buy in those, you should want to be on that board. You have to review the resale cert as much as you can. You want to look for past due homeowners. When I purchased, they made it look like there was only like 6 past due, and they were just like, a $50 here, $50 there. What I found out is there was like 10 people past due, and there was thousands of dollars past due, like $15,000 to $20,000 past due. That's a lot. I also found out that there was $38,000 in attorney's fees. Well, why would there be that many in attorney's fees? For collections. Wow, a lot of attorney's fees for 1 year of collections. So that either means there was a lot of people past due or a lot of liens and foreclosures. I think there was both, but as I found out that the board was putting fines on people that weren't actually legal fines. So when I came in, I found those illegal fines being put on homeowners, and I put a stop to it. And as of 2017, 3 years after I purchased, there has not been a lien or foreclosure in our community since. So that really does help when a homeowner comes in and sees the unethicalness of the board and the attorneys and the property managers, and I called them out, which stopped the liens and the foreclosures. So if you're smart, you can stop that too. Yeah, it hurt me, but it saved the community on being hurt themselves, because people lost their homes, and they lost more than just their homes. One neighbor lost their home and their business to the association. And I found those things out when I went to the property management company and got access to the 18 boxes of the association. When you ask to review the documents of the association, you can go to the property management company and see all past records of the association for the entire lifetime of that association. So if you're going to purchase, you might want to ask for that too. Hey, I'd like to see the association's records that you have. I got access, and I'm one of the few owners that have ever seen the entire boxes of the association. And it wasn't a pretty sight. It was really, really scary when I saw everything that was in there. The boxes and boxes of liens and foreclosures made me really, really cringe that people would be that cruel to take people's homes from them. So be willing to serve on that board so you can protect those people. If there's anything that's denied to you, do not purchase in that association. Again, we go through this every time I talk about this. Do not buy into an HOA or condo association. But I know there's places like Arizona that you don't have any other choice. If you want a decent home, you're going to have to buy in those associations. And that's when we all have to come together and change those laws. So if we band together, there are millions of homeowners in the United States, and I know of Canada, that are tired of this. And if we band together, we have the votes and we can change the laws. So stick with me and we'll make the change. See you on the next one.